Welcome back to the Swahn Insights podcast. Today we're going to talk about some of the stigma surrounding ketamine and psychedelic medicines. We're going to talk about how the ketamine experience can help people step outside themselves and really examine some of their inner world and their life story. And we're going to talk about why sincerity is a better tool than seriousness.
So it's like you're the guy doing some major setup of the arena, the theater, whatever. Yeah. But then the rest of this is yours to kind of enjoy. But you do enjoy watching people enjoy.
I do. I love it. I love people's first time, especially.
I just think that we really have a national treasure, a gold mine. I mean, I know I'm being hyperbolic here. But I really think if people could, whatever their expectations are or past experiences they've had or not had, if they can experience this as their introduction, I think people will see the potential personally I guess I'll say that this way, to personally see the potential of ketamine and psychedelics to be able to help you individually, not just to treat depression, lift it as the science is showing, and not just to have this kind of out-of-the-box experience like the psychedelic kind of community has shown and discovered, but to really, as a person, to have a stewardship over your own mental health and the meaning of your life and what you're doing with your life. Yeah, I just can't recommend it more highly. Your really your whole clinic and the way you model that acceptance, is that part of this magic that helps people be more accepting of, to develop a better relationship with themselves, do you think?
I think so.
Being hard on ourselves is such a familiar, common bias we have. The self-forgiveness has been one of the, to reduce the symptoms of depression that we look at in a checklist. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But from a spiritual or personal point of view, to be able to be less hard on oneself and to be able to look at the past in a self-forgiving way. Oh, to me, that's one of the most beautiful effects of what I've seen people experience here.
We hear that from a lot of people. Yeah, it gave me a chance to step outside myself. And once I wasn't myself, I saw myself like everybody else. Like, why do I hate myself when I come up short? Why did I even decide that what I'm perceiving now is coming up short? Like, who cares? How could it really matter to the degree I acted like it did?
That juicy plot of coming up short. Where did I get those measure up?
Yeah. Who gave me this rubric that's so cruel to myself?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't me. Why would I decide this?
Yeah.
So you look back and parts of it were you, but it was based on also input from your teachers or parents or other authority figures or whoever it was that in your life treated you as though you weren't good enough in some moment, and you didn't catch the qualifier that it was in this moment or about this situation. You just took the first label that I suck. And you lived your life that way, wrapped in that story. Like, this shows people that, like, no, yeah, you don't have to keep the story. You put it on at some point, like a shirt. And like, the shirt's not natural either. You could shed that. I think it's a really beautiful thing to let go of the ideas, the things we thought.
In psychotherapy, that process, when it slowly unfolds, sometimes is followed by, and now I'm really pissed at those people who gave me that shirt.
Yeah.
With ketamine, it doesn't really shift from self-blame to other blame. It's like that same compassion can be applied toward others that's applied toward myself.
Yeah. I think a lot of the times when we recognize the past trauma, that part of us that's always constantly calculating, reckoning, trying to take into account, oh, I got short shrift on that one. I need to try and recoup my value. But the ketamine is a sort of an experience where you are removed from the accounting desk altogether. And you're just like, I thought I could grade my life and write IOUs about how everything is meaningful. And the ketamine shows you the real way to deserve better is to let it go.
What are you hoping when people come in that they understand? Or what do you find, maybe two questions here, are the things you find people misunderstand that you can correct early on?
Yeah, so people coming in, the first thing that, I mean, obviously the biggest thing is that a lot of people come in and don't realize this is going to be like a powerful psychoactive experience. At this point, most people coming in will have heard that or even have been referred by somebody they know. But like, that's a pretty big deal. If you think you're just coming in for some sort of like IV infusion, it's normal medicine, you're going to be bored in the office and then leave. That's not what we do. But a lot of people also are that are aware of the powerful nature of the experience or where they're going to have a bad trip. And really what they would consider bad, we're trying to get at. We think that the struggles, the whatever discomfort comes up in it, like, it's probably what you should be looking at. And so we call them challenging experiences. But as long as you don't fight it, it's not negative in any way. It's really a chance to see what has been bothering you and bring it up to the surface a little better.
Do you find that people who have a challenging experience versus people who have a pleasant experience, the treatment course is a little different? Does it take more sessions for someone who has a challenging experience to reach that benefit of the antidepressant effects, for example?
Yeah. So I find that the people that have challenging experiences, it depends on how willing they are to face it and accept it, and then really what they're able to get out of it upon reflection afterwards, that integration portion. If they're able to really accept what they've seen and lean into it and then follow up with some good integration practice, then yeah, I find that the challenging ones are the most helpful. If it totally showed you just right to your face, like scoreboard, here it is, this is what's been bothering you. It's hard to question what you should be working on then. I can help a lot of people see that like they are frantically trying to avoid the pain in their life. But like we don't hate pain. Pain's just a signal that you should do something different. But the meaning in our life, we will accept deep and endless suffering and pain. If it's meaningful, then it's satisfying that you did so.
Boy, the meaning versus frantically trying to avoid pain. Just that hierarchy switch where the meaning comes first and then the pain or not pain. It's something to be discovered whether there's pain or not to be like navigated with that as the purpose. It's just a miserable way to live, to navigate life with the purpose of avoiding pain.
Right. In fact, you just should see that it's a detail, it's a message, it's an important point.
And in a way, they're not just having that experience in session, but it's helping reframe maybe their past resistance and relax about the way they've been handling or the way they've been viewing this issue in their life, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, people come in with all sorts of emotional constipation, we'll refer to it as. They just bottle up their feelings. It's stuck deep down inside so much that they get like almost like a direct deposit of their emotions into this bottle. The ketamine often on the first one will shatter that bottle in some people. And so I will warn people, you might feel worse after this first one. If you're the kind of person that bottles everything up, yeah, just like if I give you a real laxative, you don't just get to decide no diarrhea today. Like, it's coming. And so we got to let it come. The good news is too, if they do find that they had a big grief pocket come up during that first one, the second treatment resolves that almost every time. It's like, once we get it out in the open, we can really get at it. But yeah, a lot of our role here is we're just basically doulas for these little emotional constipation babies, and we're just trying to birth that guy.
To talk about being a midwife.
Yeah. I think one of the benefits in the future of longer acting psychedelics is it'll give us a longer opportunity to do that. Things that last all day, then we can have a long 8-hour session trying to really flesh that out.
Really clear.
But the fact that psychedelics in general, like the ketamine particularly, has a really good time dilation. It makes people feel like they had tons of time, even if it was only an hour infusion.
That's been the question when I'm kind of with someone in their experience that they'll ask the most often. What time? How long has it been? It's just this surreal feeling of is it a day? Is it 4 hours? What's the...
That's my favorite part is you ask the question internally, how long's it been? And some part of your brain just very casually is like, 4 days. And you're just like, well, that's Thomas is wearing the same outfit. I don't think it's been 4 days.
How could it be?
Yeah. Or you'll have that feeling that no time passed, just the singularity, but then you're reviewing the content and you're like, there was like a millennia worth of experience. That one's almost even more powerful than the time dilation. It's such an impossible experience based on like normal reality. You think you got this idea and that like you really got a handle on assessing things, and then you realize, oh, it's just because my brain was so powerful, it convinced me it was simple. Nope, extraordinarily impossibly complicated. This is a kaleidoscope.
Yeah, that's a cool kind of dimensional difference, that it's not even about time anymore.
Yeah. You start to see time was just a lot weirder than you thought in the first place.
Yeah, time is one of those bottles categories. Yeah. What if we just bust that thing open?
Yeah. As far as the time experience, most people at low doses get just a light dilation of it. It'll feel like several hours. But at deeper experiences, it starts to feel like days, weeks, lifetimes. And then, it starts to deconstruct entirely. So I think that people coming in just believing whatever ideas they've heard about, like drug experiences or the nature of the experience. That's where we find the biggest disconnect. If I were to talk to anybody that's considering doing the treatment, I think that the way we approach it is more lighthearted, and truly what I want is for people to have a positive and meaningful experience. So I want to help people see the goodness in their life instead, whatever stage, wherever they are in their life. I want them to come in here. I want it to not feel medical, because that's not the point. The point can't be the suffering. It has to be seeing beyond it, to the beauty, to the joy, to the fact that all sensations are okay. The point is to get at the story, and you can't get at the story by not reading it. So if you just sit there and zone out and get your treatment, you will experience an alleviation of symptoms. The depression will ease. Your brain naturally will have more oomph as far as neuroplasticity. So sure, some improvement will be had, but if we can examine our story and decide the reasons we feel the way we feel about everything, well, like now we've got our hands on the levers. Like that's such a higher level of ability to really see the truth about yourself, and that you have some authorship over it. I think that's really why people come in here and have a better experience.
Yeah, and those self-limiting beliefs and the way those kind of scripts have been going for so long, the juicy plots that we've been living by, to really step back from those, it really is invaluable. And when you're comparing, what would Prozac cost me and what would this cost me? Or, you're kind of looking and weighing. It's hard to take those into account from a financial perspective.
Yeah, it really is hard. You have to decide for yourself. But the ways we judge our value on it are really, I think we're coming to terms with that too, and seeing that there's better ways, and that we try to quantify everything so intensely, and we're not numbers. Numbers aren't reality. They just measure it really well.
And you can't do that before. You can't really evaluate the potential value of treatment here until you've experienced at least one treatment session, which is why I do like that you guys have a discounted, option for people's first time. It's like at least know what you're deciding between. Yeah. And as you're weighing and budgeting.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. No strings attached. Come try it. Come have a first one. And I think the vast majority of people will see automatically, oh, okay, I see what you're getting at. Now I see why it can be as valuable. Yeah. The sincerity is what I like to focus on. You can achieve a lot with sincerity just by really, truly wanting something to come to fruition for the good of people, for the good of experience, just because it feels nice, I think is what sincerity brings. But to be serious about it is to try to take that same desire and apply force. Force is for defense. And I think if we can really think beyond conflict, even that won't be necessary eventually. It's the seriousness that's not going to help you. But for now, you defend yourself, and that's the only time the seriousness is necessary. It's the only time it should ever be desirable. Like, it doesn't feel good to be serious. At least not to me. I'll say that. Some people live their full life being super serious, and they are more than happy to do so. And I'm grateful for them because somebody's got to do it. But like, when there's people happy to be all serious, I don't have to do it. I don't have to sit here and be like, oh yeah, you should take it just as seriously just because they decided.
Well, and the seriousness, it may not be the word for it, but the respect you have for, I mean, you've got your medical degree, and I haven't seen it on the wall,
It's in the hallway.
You've got the FDA approved medication you're dosing, and you've got Ram Dass playing as the audio. I mean, I think to me, that's the embracing the good in both of those kind of traditional that have been at odds. It's such an interesting blend or hybrid of taking their experience, whether they're intimidated or whatever, in some ways with empathy, very seriously. You know how they're feeling. You're not lighthearted at all about other people's struggle, but the fact that you empathize with it and can take the more curious and playful, lighthearted approach, it's an interesting kind of, people will not feel dismissed or belittled because they're taking stuff seriously. You know why they are, but you don't buy into it. You've got this more kind of transcendent view of it.
Yeah, I can see the situation where they are because that's where I was too. Like when I was just entering grad school is when I started to see all the research about this and was fascinated. And I have this, frankly, astounding evidence. I cannot believe how effective this looks on paper. We've got to use the best tools, and we got to follow the evidence where it goes. And just because I might have felt uncomfortable because I was trained by the DARE program that anything that makes your brain feel weird was going to kill you on the spot, like, that was me bringing that stigma. If I get better evidence, I have to let go of that.
I'm having this aha experience of seeing what happens individually and then what's happening culturally and politically in terms of, I can see why the people get skittish about the pendulum swung to, okay, psychedelics are, in some people's eyes, the end all be all. And then the community went, whoa, that's so dangerous. Let's come back and make everything illegal and not even study it in clinical trials.
Yeah.
And now you have this dilemma where the clinical trial research, like, you're just not going to, there's not a substance that you can extract from the mushrooms to make it a lucrative research. So the research isn't going to happen. It's going to be clinics like this that kind of show what's possible with psychedelics, I think. Don't you think?
I think so too. But we've been able through like the application of the scientific method to achieve really remarkable things. The fact that we could eliminate a lot of the doubts and uncertainty to then achieve the technologies we did is really remarkable. But it's the financial incentives for the way it's set up right now are not going to favor things that are readily accessible to a lot of people and that are a better treatment.
You can kind of rage against the scientific, institutional science because of the way there's been this medical model and what gets funded and what doesn't, and how it's kind of demonized or villainized psychedelics. And I think this is why I love what we're doing, or we can just kind of spread the word that we don't have to have that same rubric for psychedelics. And then all of a sudden it's not about, look what they've withheld from us, or why did they let that, say no to drugs, cut off this major other antidepressant that should have been studied and available now. It's like, well, let's just start now to spread the word.
We got to understand more so we can fear less.
In the clinic, you really do model, we're not going to be so afraid of, is this going to be viewed as the outlaw psychedelics, that we're going to take advantage of color and art and form and just embrace all that. I think when people have the clinic setting, part of them is saying, wink, wink, we're not the bootleg outlaw, whatever journey. this is legit.
Yeah.
It's medical. We have licenses. We're buttoned up.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're way missing some cool opportunities by having it be sterile. And you're this kind of combination of, because I think about my own experience growing up where, you know, my mom and dad, to help me solve something, would take me to someone with a white coat. Whereas those guys who were smoking marijuana on the way to school, who would share it with you if you wanted, were the ones that were like, there's all this taboo about it.
Yeah.
And I think you're the perfect combination. You are Dr. Swahn and you're dressed in orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm here to help you.
Oh my gosh, he's blowing all the categories. Like, who is this guy?
I'm here to say, what would you like? How could I help? Yeah, I think a lot of people come in here, and the way I guide them through the treatment helps them start to trust themselves more. I think this is wonderful.